pictures. We're right here in front of the Fonda Theater for Fabio Frizzi. We have gone beyond to see this.
We're beyond excited.
Beyond excited.
Absolutely.
Oh my God. We got to meet him in Amoeba out of nowhere, but hopefully we'll get to meet him again for pictures.
Yeah.
Woo, everyone's got their Fulci shirts rocking.
We're rocking. The Godfather of Gore.
Hell
Fulci
yeah.
forever.
Fulci lives.
That's right. Yeah. Let's do it. Let's
Frizzi,
go.
the Fulci. Composer's cut.
Yes.
The Beyond.
Beyond. Let's do
Oh,
it.
let's do it.
Live score. The movie.
Live score. We're gonna get scored with blood.
I don't know. That'd be cool. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Time to go inside. Let's go. Oh, we are now inside. Oh, we are inside.
baby.
We got Beyond the Line.
Oh man, we are in the gates of hell right now.
That's right. Yeah, the city. I was gonna say City of Angels, but tonight is the City of the Living Dead.
Woo, my first Italian horror film, so
Nice.
scored by tonight's composer.
I was gonna say,
it's
yeah,
a
the
dream
maestro
come
himself.
true.
You'll be hearing some music, hopefully, from that movie as well.
Yeah,
It's in the back on that projector. Should be rad.
got some merch and everything. Oh, you're Scott.
Absolutely, got some Savage
Oh,
Scott.
were you just done talking to Conjuring composer Joseph
Bashar
Bashar?
is here. I wonder if he's working on
The
the new
red
James Bond movie.
Ghost Demon.
Oh
Good
yes,
question.
red-faced demon. That's right.
Good job.
Oh man, it's
Gotta
crazy.
go to the car to get some drugs.
The Beyond is going to be streamed with the composer's cut. Oh my God, it's going to be exciting times.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Oh man, here we go. Yeah! There's the man himself, Fabio Frizzi.
Tonight it's like a party because we have so many friends, and I want just to tell one thing. We have three composers, friends of mine: Chris Young, Carlos Iliotto, and Joseph Bishara.
Yeah!
Yeah.
And one more person. There are so many. So pardon if I don't say some names. There is also Daniel Schweiger, great journalist of our field, music for movies. Thank you, Daniel, for being here. And above all, one of my best friends here in America, and the man who let me the possibility to do Beyond Composer's Cut, because his company has the rights of the Beyond, because he was a friend of Lucio Fulci, like I am and I was, and he helped me in this situation, and we hope to have many other things to do together in the future. Bob Muraski.
Oh
Yeah, Bob.
Bob Ross.
Grindhouse releasing, baby. There he is, right over there.
Tonight we will play
So fucking cool.
The best themes from Fulci movies, more or less 50 minutes of rush, and then the movie if you want to see the Beyond Composer's Cut. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Thank you very much. We start.
Yes. Living Dead ends again. This gets stuck in my head every time. Ah, man. Where's Chaco? Tomas Bilian.
Fill their empty water bottles again. How many weeks they have to keep on riding till the clouds. So my friends, a little baby will be born.
That's so
Get
cool.
your beer for us, 'cause it's nothing more, and so will he.
too. Uh-oh. Can leave now.
Yeah,
Tell the crew.
Tell the crew.
I'm getting chills right now with that classic theme.
The 7 dreaded gateways are concealed in 7 cursed places. Woe be unto him who ventures near without knowledge.
I'm getting chills.
watching.
Right.
It's so fucking cool watching them play. Like, while you know the cues, you know.
Isn't it?
You are Liza, aren't you? Yes. My name is Emily. I've been looking for you. Joe!
Fucked up, Joe.
One more time?
Yeah.
We're out the moon.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Encore. Encore. Hell yeah. Unbelievable.
Oh, that's awesome.
Love it.
Thank you so
Hell
much.
yeah.
The shine.
Right.
I like the old one too. This one. This was her first time seeing it.
Yes.
Yeah, first two. Yeah.
Oh, yours?
Amazing.
No, her time, first time seeing the movie.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
first time.
Very bloody.
You enjoyed it?
Yeah. Music was amazing. Thank you so much.
Hell yeah.
Thank you so much.
Here we are back at the merchandise table, and Fabio Frizzi doing a meet and greet with fans after the show. Unbelievable. Hopefully to get some stuff signed. Puppet Master remake poster from Palooza getting signed. Oh, here we go.
Puppet Master.
It's my first time seeing the Beyond, so it was really cool seeing it with the live score.
Thank you very much.
Awesome.
Okay, obviously. This one we try to do with it.
Okay, we'll do gold. Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, because that man is incredible as a
It's a gold
hundreds.
right here.
This one is not.
Such an
Eccolo qua.
This was my first Italian movie right here.
Really?
Fell in love with it and everything. So glad you and Fulci worked together on so many amazing projects.
I was lucky enough for this because I was young and I had so many things.
He was like a big name at the time.
Yeah.
Another dream come true getting to see you and Claudio Simonetti in the same year.
And then Lucio left me a great heritage, and this is important nowadays.
Oh my god. All these classic things. It was so cool hearing this in person. Like, oh my god, Cat in the Brain, what?
We started tonight with
That's
this.
right. That's what we were playing the game, trying to figure out which ones you were playing. He's like, "For the Horse of the Apocalypse, Contraband."
Contraband.
And then you were singing 3 years ago when
That
you
was
were in San
before the
Diego.
apocalypse.
You didn't sing,
No.
so
Before the apocalypse. That's
Yeah,
what you were singing?
it was.
I loved it, man.
Yes.
Oh, it was cool.
And tonight they did a great sound, and I could sing very well. It's not easy because
no, yeah.
No, there's a lot of stuff, but that was awesome.
Because when I saw you in San Diego, there was a woman singing with you.
No, there was the other time. Yes,
Yes.
this time she couldn't come.
I loved
Fantastic.
that was good.
That was great when you played that. I was like, he's playing Contraband.
I can't believe it.
Yeah, with the solo of the guys.
Yeah.
Chic, bellissimo.
And the very last one,
Yes.
Manhattan Baby.
There
Oh,
Ecco qua.
Awesome.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank
man.
you.
You're the
Dream
best.
come true.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks again for everything. I had a great time.
And congratulations to all of you. Really great sound.
Oh, we got some pictures over there. We got all the band members back here hanging out. That is incredible. Hell yeah, this guy rocks. Look at that poster filling up with the signatures from all the band members.
Beautiful. I can't wait to frame this. Just need one more.
Now you gotta get the bases too. Oh, welcome back. That was Frizzi the Fulci, the 2019 tour. My God, that was a dream come true. Fabio Frizzi, of course, has composed many famous themes for the late, great Lucio Fulci, two maestros who worked so fucking well together. Let's get down to everything that was signed. Man, this was a dream come true. Let's start off with City of the Living Dead. Man, this was the one that I told Fabio Frizzi was my first Italian horror film. And how did that happen? Well, I had finished watching George Romero's The Living Dead series, and I was like, what other Living Dead movies are out there? This was, of course, when I first started collecting horror. I did a search, and I just typed in Of the Living Dead like a total dork. And this title popped up. I'm like, oh shit, this looks pretty rad. Okay. Bought it without realizing, oh man, this is an Italian horror film? Holy shit. And that's when I first got to know about the name Lucio Fulci. All the gore, all the crazy shit that happens in this stood out. The music, I fell in love. And here I am all these years later, a diehard Fulci fan, a diehard Fabio Frizzi fan, and look at that. Sign in gold, my very first Italian horror film, City of the Living Dead, also known as The Gates of Hell. Classic Fulci stuff. Next item up for business, Zombie 2. Obviously the Italian sequel, so to speak, to George Romero's Dawn of the Dead, of course, released out there as Zombie. So you all know I've had Claudio Simonetti sign that. Well, now Zombie 2, a.k.a. Zombie Flesh Eaters, signed by the composer Fabio Frizzi. This movie has got some insane gore, and this was the one that really started putting Fulci on the map as far as the splatter scene went, because before that he was making giallo films, he was making, comedies like the Eroticist that poked fun at Roman politics and everything, and he was also making spaghetti westerns. He was kind of an outcast. Once he made this, there was no turning back. Fulci started becoming known for his excessive gore, and of course, if you've seen this movie, you know what I'm talking about. I don't need to explain anything about a splinter to the eye, right? Or anything else. Zombie 2, classic film. This was the Shriek Show 25th Anniversary Edition. Now signed by the composer, Fabio Frizzi. And now up next, oh man. This is part 2 of the Gates of Hell trilogy. Part 1, of course, being City of the Living Dead. This is definitely Lucio Fulci's masterpiece, The Beyond. So many crazy images in this film. I've gone over this in my Grindhouse releasing collection video if you want to check that out from years back. I still have to update that because there's been a couple more titles I've gotten since then. But anyway, The Beyond, now signed by the legendary composer Fabio Frizzi. What a soundtrack. The music in this is just so fucking beautiful to go along with all the crazy gore and imagery. Unique story. This is definitely Fulci's finest hour, and this is when he was just at the peak of his popularity and at the peak of his creativity. And this is, of course, by Grindhouse Releasing, who we heard the theme on the big screen. So that was a big mark-out moment right there. The Beyond. If you haven't gotten any of these movies so far, you need to. You consider yourself an Italian horror fan or a horror fan, get The Beyond, get City of the Living Dead, get Zombie 2. Now let's go on to the next one. We'll go with The Psychic, also known as Seven Notes in Black. That was cool hearing this theme played. Now signed by Fabio Frizzi. Of course, this one was also famous because it has a theme that was in the Kill Bill Volume 1 soundtrack, ironically. This is a great giallo film. Pretty much all you got to say with this one is it's about somebody who sees their own death in their future, and then we gotta piece by piece find out what the fuck is going on. I love giallo films. Check out The Psychic if you haven't. Definitely check this one out. So good. And then from there, let's go to another giallo film, a later one in the career of Lucio Fulci. A Cat in the Brain. God, this was great hearing this. Fabio Frizzi has signed this. Basically, Lucio Fulci himself is a star because he's being driven mad by his own movies. He's getting all these nightmares and all kinds of weird shit starts to happen. We gotta go along and find out what the hell's really going on, who's doing the killings and what not. Fulci even went on record to say that Wes Craven with New Nightmare ripped off his idea from A Cat in the Brain. Hey, this came out before, can't argue. Cat in the Brain, another Grindhouse releasing title. Definitely check these out. And then, let's go to an underrated Fulci film. Contraband. No, not the Jason Statham movie. This is a Fulci mobster film from the early 80s. This was just after, I believe, when City of the Living Dead had came out. And there's some crazy violence in this. I fucking love this movie. It's an underrated mobster film with the grotesque violence that only Lucio Fulci can put. And hearing Fabio Frizzi play that live was just special. God, I love Contraband. Another underrated one. Thank God Blue Underground released this. Check out Contraband in case you haven't. Let's go with another underrated gem from Blue Underground. 4 of the Apocalypse. That's when you saw Fabio Frizzi get on stage up there and sing. Yes, he did some of the cuts from the 4 of the Apocalypse soundtrack. That was just magical hearing that. And 4 of the Apocalypse is a good spaghetti western. It's got some cool violence, and Tomas Milian plays a really cool character right there in Chaco. So definitely check out 4 of the Apocalypse. Man, soundtrack, everything. Great underrated Fulci film. My last Fulci film that I got signed here, Manhattan Baby. Oh yeah, you heard him play it, and you even heard Fabio Frizzi hum it there as he was signing it. Manhattan Baby. This was pretty much towards the end of Fulci's great run as a huge fan favorite with the gore films. I tend to find a lot of his later films to be underrated, and I love his work of art. So basically, once Manhattan Baby came out, you'll see a lot of people start to become divided in their opinions on Lucio Fulci films. But I'll tell you what, Manhattan Baby is trippy, it's cool, it's violent. Check it out, and it's got a catchy theme. Oh man. And then the last item I got signed, Pieces. No, this is not Fulci. Juan Piquer Simon did this one, and this is violent as hell. And you're thinking, well, what the fuck? How come this was signed? Fabio Frizzi didn't really do the soundtrack. No, but on an international version, I believe it says in the credits, he did compose a track called Molotov Cocktail. So I had to have him sign that. And how cool is that? Another Grindhouse releasing DVD signed. God, what a night. And of course, I had to get some merchandise as well. A brand new shirt. As you've seen, I've gotten tour shirts from, John Carpenter at the Hollywood Palladium. We've gotten Claudio Simonetti's Goblin for Suspiria, Claudio Simonetti's Goblin for Deep Red, and now Frizzi the Fulci, the Beyond Composer's Cut Tour 2019. Oh, this is badass. Oh, man. That's all the stuff I got. There's some more stuff, though, as well, and I got to show you right now. Oh, man, look what Amy decided to add to the collection right here. The tour t-shirt, the tour poster. Frizzi the Fulci, the Composer's Cut Tour 2019, signed by not just Fabio Frizzi, but all of the band members that played at this special show. My God, this is going to look so beautiful next to the Deep Red poster signed by Claudio Simonetti's Goblin. This is just golden. Look at that print. Look at that color. All the images that you would see from Fulci movies, all on here. What a night. All right, from the amazing tour poster that Fabio Frizzi and the entire band signed it, there was another poster that was signed. Oh, Amy got Puppet Master, The Littlest Reich, signed by, right there, in blood red, by the composer, Fabio Frizzi. That's right, he composed the recent Puppet Master remake that has Barbara Crampton in it. Got this at Monsterpalooza 2018, and man, waiting forever for this movie to come out. It is bloody, it is gory, it's crazy. And how ironic, Fabio Frizzi did the music behind a modern day splatter flick. Kind of like how he did all those years with Lucio Fulci. Oh man, but that's not all. Oh yeah, look at that. Amoeba, you remember them? Oh yeah. Movie I had decided to get, 47 Meters Down, Uncaged. Another film from 2019 that was a lot of fun. People tend to hate this, but let me tell you something. Once it gets underwater and all the crazy shark shit happens, this movie's just mindless fun. So get your popcorn ready, sit back, and just enjoy this crazy, crazy fun. I love 47 Meters Down Uncaged. Sorry. Amy loved it too. This was a fun time at the theaters. And when I saw it was only $10 at Amoeba, I had to add it to the collection for the Blu-ray, DVD. Only $10. Fuck yeah. More stuff from Amoeba. Amy picked up the Coraline soundtrack. Oh man, look at that. 32 tracks right here. This is such a good little movie. I love the stop motion animation from this company. Good stuff from makers at Leica, who have also done, of course, Kubo, Box Trolls, Paranorman, Missing Link. Man, this is a beautiful listen. Music in here is just fantastic. By Bruno, I want to say it's Culés? Bruno Culés? I think that's how you say his name. Great listen, definitely. If you could find this, or if you're a huge Coraline fan or a Leica fan, track this down. Definitely track this down. It is the holiday season. She happened to find this for only $5. Jack Frost. I had never seen this before. We sat back and watched this, and this is actually pretty fun. Same vein as Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and Frosty the Snowman and all those. Just good little family fun. This is one of those I bet if I saw it as a kid, I would have definitely loved it. And seeing it now as an adult, I appreciate it for what it was. There was so much fun in here, and it was actually cheesy fun at times. And the voice of Scuttle from Little Mermaid. It's the voice of the groundhog in this movie, so that was pretty cool. And then last but not least, Amy found this for only $10. 2 movies, The Haunted. You're thinking, what? Based on a true story. Tag Along 1 and 2. Underrated Asian horror films. If you have not seen the Tag Along movies, do so. The first one is creepy and awesome. The second one, just as fun. Great atmosphere in both. Effects are good. Stories are good. Definitely recommend Tag Along 1 and 2. And it's cool. This is Region 1. And they all both come in the same set. Man, what a night it was with Alfonso, Scott, Amy, Liz. Just so much fun. Oh, man, I cannot wait for more. Hopefully he'll come back in 2020. But we'll see you then until the next big composer event, whenever that may be. But until then, Let's enter the beyond.